I think it's very nice to be part of something that is challenging, something that makes an old fighter like me feel young again, something to unite with people in other countries, to find out what are the common needs that human beings have. Because very often we talk as if we were altruistic. It's for the goods of others. We are so good. We are doing everything to create a society that is good for us. But I think it is also egoistic. So I want to be part of that world. I think that Plent is a place where we can unite in our hopes and in our struggles. I think that the context differs very much from different countries. We've heard a lot about that today. And I also think that we are trained in knowing differences, but we are not trained in understanding sameness. I think that we are trained in dealing with women and men as different species, very different, when in fact I think women and men are more alike each other than women are alike anything else. Yeah. Yeah, it's like we are more the same than me and pigs, for instance. So I think we should train to see sameness. Yes, I think that is very important. Because one of the things that we very often, the fighters, we are often said, well, you don't want to have women and men? So men are becoming women now, and women are becoming men? You know, I get that question fairly often. Not as much today as for, say, 10 or 15 years ago. So I think there has been a development. But very often they say, oh, you want men to be home with children, so you don't want them to be men. Or when I say, I'm fighting for the right for women to be in power positions in society, then one man, he said, oh, I do hope that these women who are entering these positions, I do hope they will continue to be women, he said. And then I asked him, yaha, and what are you going to do about that? How can they possibly become anything else by women by entering a position? But that is because it goes back to biology. And biology is the difference. It's a natural difference used to legitimize differences in rights, in opportunities, in power. So you have to challenge the biological explanation of the society that we have. And I think that is something for Plent to do. I hope so. For me, Plent is, because this was about total equality. And as I told you earlier, I headed a government committee where I suggested what should be the goals for Swedish gender equality policies. And the goals, they are not exactly as I wanted. And perhaps that's good. You shouldn't get everything you want. But the overall goal for Swedish gender equality policies is that women and men shall have the same power to shape society and their own lives. So it's not only we should have the same opportunities, blah, 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 but the same power to shape society and their own lives. And then we have 4 semi-goals. And I wrote about, as I talked about earlier, about an equal citizenship. I think what was said earlier by some speaker about citizenship and the principles of the contract between individual and state is very important. The second goal is economic equality between women and men. Women and men shall have the same opportunities and conditions with regards to education and paid work that provide lifelong economic independence. So the second goal. The third one is an equal distribution of unpaid care and household work. Women and men shall take the same responsibility for household work and have the same opportunities to give and receive care on equal terms. That is decided by the Swedish Parliament, and I think that this was plenty going for. Thank you.